In my tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to create a glassy text in Fireworks. Also, we're going to add a reflection to it as well. As you can see, I have Fireworks 8 because I am running an old IBM R51, which only has 512 megabytes of RAM and a 1400 gigahertz processor. So, not the greatest computer in the world. Can't handle a lot thrown at it at once, so I'm using an older version. And personally, I like Macromedia over Adobe anyways, so I've played around with Adobe CS5, everything in there, Dreamweaver, Fireworks, all that. So, but we're going to use this, and the settings are going to pretty much be the same. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is create a rectangle. And this rectangle can go outside of the canvas, it's not a big deal. Okay, and we're going to select a black background. And we're going to put our text in. And I'm going to just do my website. Okay, and you can see I am using the Flubber font. You guys can download any font you want, and I've found that using the round fonts work pretty well. We could also choose any other font. I'm going to go back to a font that I really like called Japan. I can find it here. There we go, Japan. I like this font a lot. It looks pretty neat. It's very sharp. Okay, so we got our text here. You're going to want to Control X, Control V, I'm sorry, Control C and Control V. Alright, so you create two layers. Alright, and now the top layer, we're going to Control A, and then we're going to change the color to white. Alright, this is going to be kind of like the highlight color. And we can name this highlight if you want. Okay, so we'll name that highlight, and we'll name this base. And then we'll name this background. So you guys can kind of keep track of what I'm talking about. Alright, so we're going to take our highlight, and we're going to come over to our vector area. You can choose a pen. I'm going to use a pen, or you can use the ellipse rectangle, things like that. Personally, I like the pen because I can kind of get a jagged effect going through my text. I really like doing that. It's kind of fun. So I'm going to come through and just click a bunch of different areas, and then come back over, up, down, across, and finish. Okay, so we are going to Control X our path. Now it may not look like a lot's happened, but come back down here to your base, and then right click, edit, and then paste as mask. And of course I did that wrong yet again because I had that selected as the background. Alright, edit, paste as mask, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so it may not look like much, but it's already overlaid on top of each other, which is nice. And you could always move it if you wanted to. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Alright, so this is kind of pretty much all you do. Obviously you got to set the opacity. We'll set it down to about 50 if I select the right thing. Alright, that's one thing I gotta be careful of. Always make sure you select the right areas. So we'll go down maybe a little lower. Let's go to 40. Okay, and it kind of gives you that glassy effect. Now you don't have to use jagged edges and ups and downs like I do. You can do straight across if you want a more realistic effect. I like doing this because when I throw the drop shadow on that I'm about to show you guys here in just a second, or not drop shadow, reflection, it looks a lot better. Alright, so we're going to choose our base and our highlight together. We're going to Control G to group them together, and then group them together as one solid object. Okay, we're going to Control C, Control V to create a copy and paste of the exact same thing. Alright, we're going to rename this top layer and rename this bottom layer, or / reflection. Okay, and we're going to keep our bottom / reflection highlighted. We're going to come to modify and transform, and then we're going to come flip vertical. Okay, we're going to grab that. Hold on. Control Z. This is kind of the hard part here. Zoom in a little bit. Alright, so we'll do Control 3. Control 3. Let's back it up just a little bit there. Come up here, select your tool. and drag this down. Okay, sorry about that. There we go. So you want a little bit of space in between there. Let's back up just a little bit. Alright, so it looks a little confusing right now, right? Alright, keep your bottom slash reflection layer highlighted over here in your layers section. Come up to Commands, Creative, and Fade Image. We're going to select the top to bottom. Okay. So now you can see we have kind of like a reflected effect. And you can change this. You can change with this little slider right here to go up or down, or left or right if you choose. But it'll kind of bring in the fade a little bit. But we'll pull it out just a little more so you can kind of see the top reflection in there. So we'll leave it like that. Well, let me throw a little Gaussian blur on that actually. So we'll come up here, we'll go to blur, Gaussian blur. Alright, we'll convert these to bitmaps, that's okay. And I'm going to do about 0.8 and click OK. Now it makes it a little darker, I know, but it just gives it an overall better look, I think. And that's your tutorial for that. If you guys want, you could always move this around. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you guys wanted to maybe angle it a little bit, you could do that as well to kind of give it that like reflected on a desktop surface deal at an angle. But I'm gonna leave it just like this, and obviously Control S to save. We're gonna name this PBS logo. Okay. Oh yeah, also the canvas. You obviously don't want this to stay this big. So what you can do is take these corners here. Alright, and we are going to take our background, scale, and this is just scaling our background real quick to the image a little better, just to the text. Alright, so we'll come up here, we'll get to about there. Alright, and then what you do is you come up to Commands, and then you're going to go to actually modify canvas and then trim canvas. Alright, and you can see we've trimmed it down to just the essential text and reflection. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it's somewhat easy to follow. I know it was all over the place a little bit, but it's late and I'm allowed to be, oh crap, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Alright, well, I will be bringing you guys more tutorials. Please keep tuned, and I will see you guys next time.